Hey everyone, thanks for coming. You can now get your. You travel to my city. Home of the Thunderbolts. Kid Cap seeks your help getting marshmallows. His brother, Gondo, the Althea farmer, had a terrible harvest. You travel to Burial in search of a marshmallow vendor. Suspiciously, Travis is the only merchant of the fluffy confection. He refuses to plants or trees. Now, there's this thing called cryptogamy, which is the research of these unknown or unidentified species of plants and trees that science says doesn't exist. But yet, so many people have seen these things or had encounters with them. You have to wonder, are they real? Now, one of the stories that I've heard reoccurring is about these carnivorous plants that consume humans. Now, this story comes out of the Olympic National Forest. There was a man named Jim. Jim was a rock collector, and he said this one weekend, him and his buddy, they set out on this 2-day hike into the Olympic National Forest. On the second day of their hike, they said,
Nobody outside,
they came to
mama.
this weird kind of like valley, the creek running through it. And as they got closer to this area, they noticed these strange looking plants. And he said they were probably, 6 to 7 foot tall, the shape of a barrel. And at the top of the base, or the top of the barrel, there were these like tentacle things hanging out. And he said, it was unlike anything he'd ever seen before. So he decides to take a knife and cut one of these plants open. And as he opens this thing up, he said inside it they found bones and they found antlers. They even found like traces of blood, which was pretty terrifying to think.
Careful, Nana.
My name is Orville Redenbacher, and I make world-famous popcorn. And today, I'd like to take you behind the scenes to how it happened. So let me take off my little jacket here. Sunday's best, his mother always said. Here we go. And see, I like to pop them out of my chest into this nice aluminum bowl. There we go. And sometimes you have to pick out the stragglers, but that's okay. You see, my mother always called me a freak. She called me a ghoul, a goblin. She said I could have never came from her. That I could have not been her son. That no freak could have crawled out of her, but mother was wrong. I knew mother was wrong. Everyone loves Orville's genuine buttered flavored popcorn. Mother was wrong. My name.
Three competing extraterrestrial civilizations is using this planet as a laboratory. What I've been told by a defense intelligence.
Let's go in the garden. You'll find something waiting right there where you left it, lying upside down this evening. Silent and then you'll see how it fades. The underside is lighter when you turn it around. Everything will stay.
Don't be sad. I'm sure they do hide your hats. Yes, you just have to read them in your face. Just you can calculate 1,000 communicating. Yes, I think I can believe you. That's nice. You take things. Please, need to be
What would happen if you followed that? Now, I've always wondered this, because you hear these stories.
Mama, come on, get up. Go up the stair, Mama.
What happens if you actually listen to the mimic? Here's a story that might tell you why you should not follow a mimic. There was this young man named Aiden. Now, Aiden lived with his grandfather and his two parents. Now, one day, Aiden was hanging out in his bedroom, and he's playing a game. Well, he hears his parents pull in, and he looks out the window and sees them getting out of the car and unloading some groceries into the house. So he's like, awesome, and we're gonna have something to eat. So he goes back to his game, and then he hears his mother say, hey, come in the kitchen, I got some food. And he, at this time was in the middle of a battle, so he's like, hold on, Mama, I'll be there shortly, I'm in the middle of a battle. And she goes, come on, Aiden, hurry up, come in the kitchen. And all of a sudden, he said he got on the phone call, and it was from his mom. And he's like, why is she calling me? She's in the kitchen. So he picks it up, and his mom's like, hey, honey, we're at the grocery store. You want us to get you anything? And he goes, what do you mean? You're at the grocery store. You already got groceries. You're in the kitchen. She goes, what are you talking about? We just got to the grocery store. And he looks out the window and sees that their car is not there. And it's right at this moment, he hears a mom saying, you better get in the kitchen right now or you're going to be in trouble. You better come eat. And he's like, I got to call you back, Mom. He hangs up. So he goes and he locks the door. And then he pulls his mom right back. And they're like, look, when you get home, call me. I'll help you bring the groceries. So about 5 minutes later, he calls him. And she's like, honey, we're home. Come outside. And he said he's getting ready to go out of his room. But he looked out his window first, and the car wasn't there. So he's like, you know what, I don't know what to do because I don't know really his mom right now. So as he's sitting in his bedroom, right, he hears his parents come. They come to the house, and all of a sudden his mom comes up to his door and starts knocking. She goes, Aiden, let me in. And he's like, right now. She goes, let me in. I'll knock this door. Let me in the door. And he's like, no, I'm not opening the door. And his mom goes, great, I'll just get the key and unlock it. So he grabs like a big book that's chilling in his room. And he's prepared for this thing going in. And at the time, he still thinks whatever. So the kitchen was them. So it seems the handle will jiggle and the door open. And it's really his mom. And you can tell that it's actually his real mom. She was really doing it. So no, nothing. He sets it back down. She's like, you're acting weird and stuff. And there's food in the fridge if you're hungry. So he didn't know what to make of it. What did he just experience? And he didn't feel like he could tell his parents about it. So he decided to talk to his grandpa, who was kind of like his best friend at the time. So he goes to his grandpa's room, and he's like, Grandpa, he's like, have you ever seen something that you can't explain? And he goes, what do you mean? And he tells the story about how he thought his mom and dad had come to see her car and everything, but it wasn't actually them. And the grandpa goes, oh no. Oh no. He goes, what's wrong, Grandpa? And he says, well, when I was a young boy, I grew up in a small Polish village near Warsaw. And he said, we had this term. Now, it's this long Polish word. It translated into evil twin. And he said they believed there were these evil spirits that could take the form of anyone and would try and trick you and lure you, out into the woods. So, his grandpa said, when I was a young boy, my father had me chopping wood outside. And I should have to cut these wolves from the forest. And she's saying, come in the woods. I baked you a pie. Come up here. It's nice and warm. You'll like this pie. And he said, we're so hungry, he almost started to the woods until his father grabbed him and said, get back in the house. His father locked the door and said, you hear someone come, walk up the woods, don't never go to the spot. So he said, when they encountered evil, so-called evil, they will follow you for the rest of your life. And he feared that maybe this thing had followed him here to America. And this is what Aiden had seen. A couple of weeks later, his parents are gone. And it's just him and his grandpa. And they're watching this World War II documentary in the living room. Well, all of a sudden, the wind picked up and a strong breeze pushes the back kitchen over. They hear open up. So his grandpa's like, I'm going to close the door, we're thinking a better way. So it doesn't blow open. So his grandpa stands in the kitchen. But
After about 10, 15 minutes, he doesn't come back. So Aiden's like, Grandpa, are you alright? He goes into the kitchen, back door's not open. And he doesn't see his grandpa. He goes throughout the house yelling his name. He doesn't see him either. So he goes out to the back door and he's yelling his grandpa's name. He doesn't hear it. So he calls up his parents. His parents don't immediately, and like they call the police. They do this big search throughout the neighborhood and into the woods. And they end up finding his grandfather in the middle of the woods. He is completely naked. He is confused and like doesn't know who he is, doesn't know anything, doesn't remember anything. So they bring him back home and everything. Aiden said that they chalked this up to dementia and said he was diagnosed with like a severe case of dementia. But Aiden, in his mind, suspected because of a series of events that happened before this, his grandmother to the kitchen that this was the evil twin that his grandfather became. And he said his grandfather had lost his memory. From time to time, he would say to Aiden, "Is my brother outside? Is my brother out there?" And he couldn't figure out why his grandfather keep saying that. And then he realized maybe this thing appeared as his brother, and it lured him like into the woods. What would happen if you followed? Now, I believe this because you hear these stories of someone hearing their mother knocking at the kitchen, but what would happen if you actually listen to them?
What's up, fucknuts? Stay away from these shitty foods because they're butt-fucking your metabolism. Seed oils are fucking your shit up. Canola, soybean, corn oil, and all ultra-refined bullshit are linked to inflammation and sluggish hormone function, tanking your metabolism. Ultra-processed foods like frozen fuck pizza, boxed meals, basically, if the ingredients list looks like a CVS receipt, you're fucked. This shit rapes your gut, spikes cortisol, and destroys nutrient absorption.
Stop making Warzone harder than it has to be. Just trust me for a second. Just watch. I got a great circle. What a circle pull, man. This is a don't be dumb situation. Literally just don't be dumb. Don't be dumb. Don't be dumb. We're just going to rotate this early. We got the circle pull. We're in a 1v3 for the win here. Just don't be dumb. Pop Huey. Get a little bit lucky there. These guys are rotating over to this side right here. There's a nice easy kill. There's a nice easy kill. This guy's rotating all the way around here. Might be potentially going for a buyback. One guy down below me. Two guys down below me. Yeah, that guy's knocked. That guy's knocked. Still a guy above me. Yeah, they can fight up top there. That guy's knocked. Still got to be head on a swivel. Still a lot of people left. Last 1v2. Both guys down below me. Might have to play gas mask here. We can just go. I'm gonna go and play cover. Use the 70 round to my advantage. I got a 70 round. Dead. Let's freaking go, baby. Stop making Warzone harder than it. What you see first says more about.
What's going on? This is my small city, small town. And I live here for almost 20 years in this building. This building is a local post office, you know? And, I start to ship my merch, like t-shirts and masks from this local post office. And I ship over thousands and thousands masks from this local post office. And it's like a huge history behind, you know? They're here today because they start work from Tuesday by Saturday. When I go here to grab my little set of service glasses, what's going on? This is my small city, small town. Here for almost 20 years. And this building is local post office, you know? And I stopped to ship my merch, like t-shirts and masks. This local post office. And I ship over thousands and thousands masks from this local post office. And it's like a huge history of it, you know? They did today because they start nothing these days, Saturday. But when I go here to grab my packages, you know, they shut the school this wide. What's going on? This is my small city, small town. And I lived here for almost 20 years. And this building is local post office, you know? And I stopped to ship my merch, like t-shirts and masks from this local post office. And I ship over thousands and thousands masks from this local post office. And it's like history behind, you know? They closed today because they start work from Saturday. But when I go here to grab my packages, you know, they shut up too, this is why. What's going on? This is my small city, small town. And I lived here for almost 20 years. And this building is post office, you know? And I stopped to shoot my merch, like t-shirts and masks from this local post office. And I shipped over thousands and thousands of masks from this local post office. And it's like history behind, you know? They closed today because they start work from Saturday. But when I go here to grab my packages, you know, they said I still was dry. What's going on? This is my small city, small town. And I live here for almost. And this building is local post office, you know? And I stopped and shoot my merch, like t-shirts and masks from this local post office. And I shipped over thousands and thousands of masks from this local post office. And it's like a huge history, you know? They still because they start work for Tuesday. But when I go here to get my packages, you know, they said I feel this rocket. What's going on? This is my small city town. And I lived here for almost 20 years. In this building is local post office, you know? And I stopped to shoot my merch, like t-shirts and masks from this local post office. And I shipped over thousands and thousands of masks from this local post office. And it's like huge history behind, you know? They closed today because they start work from Saturday. But they did to get my packages, you know, they said I feel this wide. What's going on? This is my small city, small town, and I lived there for almost 20 years. And this building is local post office, you know? And I start to ship my merch, like t-shirts and masks in this local post office. And I ship over thousands and thousands more in this local post office. And it's like history already behind, you know? They feel that with the shipping and Saturday. But when I used to grab my another shit at sea with breakfast. What's going on? This is my small city, small town. And I live here for almost 20 years. And this building is local post office, you know? And I start to ship my merch, like t-shirts and masks in this local post office. And I ship over thousands and thousands more in this local post office. And it's like a huge history in this event, you know? They closed today because we got this Saturday. But when I go here to grab my packages and all the shit I shoot, what's going on? This is my small city, small town. And I live here for almost 40 years. And this building is local post office, you know? And I start to ship my merch, like t-shirts and masks in this local post office. And I ship thousands and thousands more in this local post office. And it's like history, you know? They closed today because we got most of everything on Saturday. But we got my packages and all the shit on food is live. What's going on? This is my small city, small town. I live here for almost 20 years. This building is local post office, you know? And I start to ship my merch, like t-shirts and masks from this local post office. And I ship over thousands and thousands from this local post office. And it's like history already behind, you know? Not today because we got these days Saturday. But when I used to get my packages and all the shit I food is live. What's going on? This is my small city, small town. And I live here for almost 20 years. And this building is local post office, you know? And I start to ship my merch, like t-shirts and masks from this local post office. And I ship over thousands and thousands of masks from this local post office. And it's like huge behind, you know? They closed today because that's not from Tuesday and Saturday. And when I go through to grab my just another shit, what's going on? This is my super small town, and I lived here for almost 20 years. And this building is local post office, you know? And I start to ship my merch, like people in this local post office. I ship over thousands and thousands of this local post office. And it's like it's the you know? The close to go because we start working for Saturday. Which is another set of tools why. What's going on? This is my super small town, and I live here for almost 10 years. And this building is local post office, you know? And I start to ship my merch, like t-shirts and masks, in this local post office. And I ship over thousands and thousands of masks in this local post office. And it's like it's still going to be, it's here today because we start Mexico Tuesday and Saturday. So it's here to grab my another set of kids. What's going on? This is my small town, and I live here for almost 20 years. And this building is post office, you know? And I start to ship my merch, like t-shirts and masks, from this local post office. And I ship over thousands and thousands of masks from this local post office. And it's like history behind, you know? They close today because we start working Saturday. Go here to get my packages and all the shit I feel is live. What's going on? This is my super small town. And I live here for almost 20 years. And this building is post office, you know? And I start to ship my merch, like t-shirts and masks, from this local post office. And I ship over thousands and thousands of masks from this local post office. And it's like this huge history behind, you know? They close today because they start work on Tuesday and Saturday. But when I go here to get my packages and all the shit I feel is live. What's going on? This is my small town. I live here for almost 1 year. And this building is little post office, you know? And I start to ship my merch, like t-shirts and masks, from this local post office. And I ship over thousands and thousands of masks from this local post office. And it's like huge history behind, you know?